Welcome back to the Evolve podcast. I'm Rhiannon.
And I'm your better host, Brendan.
All right, we'll leave it at that. But for now, pretty much what this podcast is all about is self-development, health and fitness, and our journey starting as brand new business owners.
Let's go. Make sure that you share this around because I'm telling you right now, this is the best podcast you've ever seen.
Enjoy, guys. Ciao.
3, 2, 1. That was shit.
Oh, wow. You know
Can
what?
we do it one more time just for fun? Just for
3, 2, 1, and...
No. Why'd you say
No one says end.
just added a fourth second?
Well,
Welcome to our first four-way, guys, from the Evolve podcast. I'm going to get Rhiannon to introduce us today.
Okay. Thank you for that great introduction, Brendan. Jesus. Welcome back to the Evolve podcast with Brendan and Rhiannon today. We have the awesome foursome together. Bit of a
Fantastic four.
fantastic
four-way.
All right, we understand. You like four ways. Far out.
Oh, this
By
is
the way, guys,
four-way
there we
For
go.
everybody viewing at home, I want you to count how many times he says four-way in this podcast.
Just trying to relive.
Do a shot every single time you hear it.
Just letting you guys know we're all not wearing pants.
That is crazy.
That is true.
That's insane.
Well, it's a hot day today. It's 32 degrees.
You got to keep cool somehow.
Yeah.
There's a fan underneath us as well, just cooling our genitalia.
Some say free the nipple, others say free the balls.
I think you're the only person that says that, Brendan. But on that, we're going to take a sip of water while we introduce the boys. So today we have Vinny and Adrian back. They were part of our very first venture when it came to starting with our new equipment and our new theme and our new season, we called it. But now they're back. They're back in the driver's seat. They're in a very comfortable position. Very hot day today, so please bear with us if we're wiping our heads or coughing.
Just like the first 20 episodes.
Just like the first 20 episodes, correct. So
you
boys,
would watch me just doing these ones all the way through the podcast in this room. Exactly
room.
where Adrian and Vinny are sitting right now.
Well, welcome, boys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Good to be back, you
Appreciate
know. Very good to be back.
How weird is it?
Like, you know, they thought, let's get the best guests back and combine it,
And combine it.
and boom, 1 million views like that.
No, we just couldn't
That's how-
find anyone, so we messaged you guys.
Everyone else was busy, yeah.
It's my second podcast for today. What about?
Yeah, so yeah, I was just at a
You guys
podcast
won
before
the
this.
Unevolved podcast
Yeah,
before this,
yeah.
weren't you?
That's
Yeah.
right.
It was a bit better, so we'll see. No, I don't know.
So we messaged the boys today. We said, "Be here soon. We'll see you soon." And they said, "No, we're not coming. We're going to the Unevolved podcast." So, well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. How was that experience of the Unevolved podcast?
Well, because it was unevolved, they just didn't rock up to their own session. So I was like, I might as well come back to the main, you know, the other podcast I got invited to.
Also, we're at the main event.
Yeah.
Well, you were the co-main event, and then the other one just, you know, they dropped out. So
Oh,
I'm here.
wow.
So now we turned into the main event.
That's it.
Yeah.
Brewy is here. That's it.
Well, boys, it's been a bit of a roller coaster of a time since, 3 months ago. So 3 months ago, we did the first podcast, and a lot has changed. Adrian has now opened up a gym. Vinny's on the stairway to success overnight.
So they say.
So they say.
So they say, they fit degenerate.
It,
Some say.
Small plug.
small plug.
Doesn't
So many
exist yet.
plugs.
I've
Wow.
heard that. I've heard that name circling around Instagram.
I think
these
he
days.
just likes saying the word plug.
He does like the plug. He likes
So
the
fit
plugs and
degenerate.
plugs.
Like I've just heard it circle around Instagram these days. Like it's blowing up.
Can you explain to me? Because I've never heard about the fit degenerate.
Some Instagram page has gone around. Up and coming, I'd say it's up and coming. Day in the lifestyle based around someone that's a day trader, someone that loves the gym, loves that lifestyle, and I feel like it's something that you can get around, especially if you're in that industry. So we're gonna pass the microphone on
Vinny,
to
how did he
the
go
fit
explaining?
degenerate himself.
Yeah, how did he go explaining it?
He basically said my whole career.
Yeah,
bro. I haven't even done the
He
job. I haven't
introduced
even
you.
started
He
it.
introduced you, and you didn't even need to say what you do. You just-
Yeah, what am I meant to say now?
You took the limelight from him. All right, Vinny, give us a little bit of an intro. What's been going on?
To be honest, a lot. I think the last time I was on this, basically, you know, I was talking about how I wanted to sort of delve more into the trading aspect, and I pretty much did so, but it didn't go as planned. So it's actually a long story. I don't know how much detail you want me to go into, but
As much as you'd like.
all right. So basically, where did we get up to last time?
Last time you were on the verge of making a decision whether to go really deep into it. And I believe after we had that podcast, you actually did something big.
Yeah.
Where you you made a big move in the trading space.
Yeah. Well, basically, I was trading throughout that whole period, but the next couple months, I basically did go all in. It was my sole focus. I was basically trading all day, all hours of the day, basically 14 hours a day. So morning, midday, afternoon, even night. I was staying up till like 3 a.m. basically. So, it was going all right. I was making money pretty consistently. And at one point, I'd basically made a large sum of money. I won't say exactly how much, but it was 5 figures. And basically, that was money that I needed to keep afloat, keep surviving while being unemployed, because I basically quit my job. And unfortunately, I got scammed out of that money. And pretty much at rock bottom right now, but really up high mentally. And that's sort of hard to explain. But I've lost a bunch of money. I basically got scammed out of a bunch of money. And now I'm just broke and going to the gym and enjoying life and going to get back into trading very shortly.
Mad. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't really understand what that kind of looks like, or they wouldn't understand that life, right? So for you fully understand it because you're in that life. You know that to learn or to grow in that kind of space, you have to lose a lot of money, because to you, your investment is using money to make those big moves, sort of thing.
Exactly.
You've gone to the point where you got rug pulled, which is something that we can discuss a little bit. You've lost a lot of money doing the trading, but it's led you to where you are now, where you've got lessons that no one would have unless they did the same things you did, right? And what's something that you can, I guess, teach someone that might be wanting to make a move like that in, let's say, maybe the trading space?
I think the biggest thing, I said it to someone the other day, actually a young kid, and the biggest thing that you have to be or know about trading is that every single time you risk money or you try to make money, money is at risk. And so that basically means that every decision is tied to a financial play that you have to put on. And if you can't accept the fact that you have to lose money to make money, then you'll never be a trader, because it's very easy to, I guess, look at trading, right, that you can make unlimited amounts of money, and you definitely can. You can make unlimited amounts of money in trading. You can make unlimited amounts of money doing anything. But with trading, you have to be okay with knowing that you can lose money every time. And I think people only think about how much they can make, not about how much they can lose. And what's more important is trading is protecting how much you can lose. Making money will work itself out if you flip the script of what most people think.
Yeah, but like by reducing the risk sort of thing.
Not thinking about how much you can make or your upside, but thinking about how much you can lose and your downside. If you protect your downside, the upside will work itself out.
I think the upside for you has been your mental state. I think you've decided to start focusing on yourself more so. And that's been a big shift that I've seen from the first video that we did to where we're at now, is you've been your main focus, and it's helped you go through those ups and downs.
For sure. Pretty much for me, the thing that just gets me like G'd up and like locked back in, even if I lose a bunch of money, lose accounts, blow like however much money, to be honest, it's just the gym and like personal development, going for walks, eating healthy, and just being really locked in. Because if you yourself are in the best sort of physical shape, mental shape, and you can look after yourself, yourself is free. Like there's no external things that impact you as a person. So if you can actually just get to the best physical state of how you are as a person, then the rest will work itself out, even if you're at rock bottom.
And Vinny, where would
what
where
gym?
would someone?
What gym did you go?
Yeah,
I
what
heard you
gym
mentioned the
I'm
gym
going to?
actually.
I heard gym. I heard the word gym. Is it J-I-M or gym?
It's gym. J-I-M.
J-I-M.
that one.
Was Jim someone that helped you through the whole period?
Yeah, you know what Jim's mowing?
Oh,
Yes, Jim's mowing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Fair enough. Fair. You know
Yeah.
what?
Jim's Fitness.
Jim's fitness is crazy.
Jim's Fitness Empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fitness Empire. That sounds very
Wait, I've
familiar.
heard of that name before.
So
Fitness
have I.
Empire.
So have I.
Damn, so many plugs.
Adrian, I've got a question for you. Going off what Vinny said about Jim's mowing.
Like J-I-M?
Yeah, J-I-M.
Okay, yep.
You have a client called Jim? that goes
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Yes, right.
Jimbo Smith. His name is. Yeah.
Is he in Pensos too, or?
Yeah. He actually lives just down the road. Actually, see him every morning. So.
Well, let's thank you for that, Vinny, by the way.
That's
but now going off that and talking about mental health and how being in your best physical state is so important, and you talked about the gym. Well, now 3 months down the line, old mate over here has a gym. Yep,
Well, hold on a second. When he was on his podcast last, he was actually unemployed. He was
He actually
sacked.
just found
He
out.
was
That is
sacked.
actually true.
No,
He
you
lost
just
his
found
job.
out.
The day
I
that
had just lost
we
my
did
job.
the podcast, he just found out that he lost his job.
That's true.
The day of his last podcast.
So my immediate
didn't know what
response,
to talk about in the
my immediate
podcast.
response to being sacked was, I'm just gonna buy the gym that I was working at.
And he fucking did it.
So lo and behold, I'm a
And
gym
that is
owner
exactly
now.
where
So-
we work on our mental health.
Nah, look, to be fair, that trip where we did the first episode, if you haven't watched it already, what are you doing? That first episode that I was
74
in,
stories high.
76 actually.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty life changing. To be fair, like I went from being a PT, not even thinking about earning a gym, and now 3 months, whatever. Now 4 months later, and I fucking fitted out a gym, and that's it. Now I'm a gym
Hang on
owner.
a second. We all helped you fill out that gym, actually.
You did. You know what? I'm not going to try to say you
thanks,
didn't.
man.
Put the fucking hand away.
So essentially, we recorded that day. From that day,
When he was at rock bottom.
thank you. When he was at rock bottom, just to put you under the thumb.
Don't know if I was rock bottom, but you know,
Anyway,
I was actually pretty high up. I was on a 76
Like, it
penthouse,
was
bro. I don't
76
think-
dollars.
coaster of emotions.
There's definitely worse places I could have been.
Yeah, there's definitely
That's for
worse.
sure.
it was definitely a roller coaster
So-
of emotions.
I
But
kind
from,
of want to understand your headspace at that time, because you were here, right? And you just like fell because of the fact that you lost your job. You thought you were going to come back home to Sydney with no job, no gym, nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
Then 2 seconds later, you get the opportunity of a lifetime where you have to actually work from 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. every day, Monday to Sunday. How'd your head go in that time frame?
Fuck,
You
it
were
sounds like a bad choice when you say it like that.
The price for success.
Nah, to be fair, if that trip hadn't have happened, I probably wouldn't have bought it. It was actually everyone that I went on the trip with, you boys included, obviously, that actually like convinced me to go buy it. To be fair, I don't give Vinny enough credit for it, but it was Vinny said to me at least 50 times that trip, the grass is greener.
Make it make sense has been the theme for the past 3 months. We've all been doing things that are outside our comfort zone. We've been pushing ourselves with our limit when it comes to the Evolve podcast. You guys have been pushing your limits when it comes to your ventures and your careers. What has been the best way to describe your mental space going into these new journeys of yours?
It's definitely, honestly, like it's gonna sound cliched as hell, but like it's stressful, but being able to see everyone every day, like to come train, like to see all the boys, just to see everybody, genuinely makes it a lot easier. And it's like everyone's got so much support and love. Like it's actually helps relieve a lot of the pressure. But it's and even
a lot
having
more social, right?
huh?
You become a lot more social.
Yeah, but even that, it's just more. I can talk to people about stuff like that, and then they can give their opinions, and it's just and everyone's so like I said, everyone's willing to give their opinions and stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier. Like I see pretty much all you guys every day. So it's like if anything happens, I'm like even Vinny. I see Vinny every day. We talk about
Probably too much.
yeah. I think I'm seeing Vinny comes like 3 times a day. To be fair. So
Morning walk,
actually-
afternoon session.
Vinny gives me hours unpaid. So you know what?
No, I'm just helping out where I can.
Yeah,
the grass is greener, and I'll come and see you.
that's crazy.
Straight out.
Yeah.
Straight out.
So
Maybe there was a ploy behind why Vinny wanted you to open up that gym. Because it was like, oh, sweet, there's going to be a gym up the road. I can just walk there. I can go there.
No, it's
whenever I want.
definitely-
You know what?
It's definitely a
actually
benefit.
become a blessing for me in my current situation. It's become the best thing that has ever
You
existed.
secretly knew that when he was opening it up. You were like, oh, I can take advantage of this. The
Not-
grass is greener age.
Not necessarily, but I think it ties back to what Reece said about just what I think mentally and how mental states work out is just things just happen to work out.
Yep.
Like even when things look bleak or things look like the world's ending or something's just not gonna work out,
Yeah.
time passes by, you get a little bit older, whether it's a week, a month, or even a year, and things just work itself out. Like even when he had that first thing about losing a job, now he owns a gym, now he runs a gym, now I go train at his gym, and it's how many months has it been? Like
Like
It's been
3,
just
4.
over 2 months that we've been open.
Yeah.
9
Really?
weeks. 9 weeks.
Yeah, but then another like 2 months of him building it, like a month
Yeah.
or two.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I'm talking about actually being
Open.
open for trade.
yeah, exactly.
That's
So-
mental.
And
Yeah.
I think it just goes to show how quickly things can change from when things look at their worst. And then I think, although sometimes he's stressed out, he's definitely the happiest he's ever been. He's doing what he
yeah,
loves.
100%.
And
He looks tired as, but he loves what he
I think
does.
he's glowing, to be honest.
Yeah, I might fall asleep on the podcast to be fair.
I was just about to say.
You give, if this chair was a little bit comfier, trust me, I'm falling asleep. That's it.
Oh, we should have given you the comfy chair over there.
Nah, don't, because then I actually fall asleep.
So would you guys say that everything happens for a reason based on what you just said?
I think so. I was actually just thinking about that. I think that everything, either bad or good, that happens to you in your life puts you exactly where you need to be at that point and in the future.
There was sorry to cut you off, but there was something that we spoke about with one of our hosts the other week, Daniel, and he was
Well, he wasn't a host; he was a guest.
Oh, sorry. He was a guest of ours. And he was talking about, I actually want to ask you guys this question because I want to dive into the minds of where you guys are at now. With the current state that you're in, mentality-wise, it seems like you guys both have it down pat. You understand the ups and downs of the world. You have a good bond.
Don't have to fight me up, but yeah.
That's a big assumption.
No,
That's a big assumption on
you
my
have a good
part.
understanding of where you're at right now.
No,
And where you want to be, and you're working
Probably
towards
not
it.
the world, though.
Yeah.
I'm just making it.
Raise the height.
Adrian knows
Raise
a lot
the height,
about the
man.
Penshurst world, though. I'll tell you that.
That's right.
Okay.
Let him land. That's okay.
Let him land. Raise the height, man. He
I'm
hypes me
still up high. I'm about to land. Just give me 2 more minutes.
Can you hype me up after this as well?
Yeah. No.
You're already hyped up. I'm the
Yeah,
next
you don't
best
need to
one.
be hyped. You need to be humbled, mate.
Don't need to be hyped. You need to be humbled, fam.
Someone put that with that next to my face and put the quote, like a deep quote. Put it on Google Images. So just-
You need to be humbled, fam.
So essentially what I was saying, you guys have a good understanding of where you're at right now, where you're wanting to be, and the steps that it takes to get there. We were talking about with Daniel the other week, how he likes stress. So he's a business owner of 5 businesses or 5 gyms, and he enjoys the stress of it all. And is that something that keeps you guys motivated and going and keeps you in a headspace? It's like, I'm going to go to the gym, I need to train, I need to keep my business going.
It's a terrible thing, but yes. Because
Yeah.
then
It's good
without,
stress.
Without stress,
Life's boring.
exactly. It's
To
bad,
be
but
honest.
how
It's-
bad is
it's a
that?
bad
Because then it's
addiction
like
to
you want to be. We're working to become stress free, but then when we're stress free, we're gonna want more stress because then we're
How
bored.
stupid is that?
Everything
Like-
happens for a reason, but stress only stays for a season.
Yeah.
Bro, look at this guy,
He's a
buddy,
wizard.
buddy Gandhi over here with the deep quotes, bro.
Yeah, but then I feel like as
segue
business
there.
owners or, in the fields that we've chosen to go into, we are striving for increased stress or we're able to deal with increased levels of stress because we're constantly putting ourselves in front of higher stress situations, right? Me and you talked about it at length about how, sometimes you have days where you don't do anything and you shouldn't do anything. Like you have a strategy that's part of your job where you shouldn't be trading, but then you've just filled up your time by going to the gym 5 times a day.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
But putting your body under physical stress rather than the mental stress of the job.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And with all that, how would you guys say, why have you guys chosen that? Why have you guys chosen to fill your lives up with increased levels of stress?
Is it who you surround yourself with?
It's
I think
that,
it's
but
that
it's a
and the
greater
goals.
reward, isn't it?
It's the goals that you have. Exactly.
Like
It's the reward that you actually, what you want out of life, pretty much. Like, what were you going to say?
And I was just saying, it's literally pressure makes diamonds. You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna like if you're just in a comfortable state of life, nothing's gonna happen. So it's like you want to keep pushing yourself. And even this is the peak stress that I've ever been. Heck, not to G anything up or put anything in the pipeline, but maybe 5 years time I could have 3 or 5 gyms or something ludicrous like that. Like, and then it's more stress. But it's like you got to keep testing yourself because then at what point do you go, yeah, I'm done.
Exactly.
Like I don't want to stress anymore. You're never going to do that.
When you kick the bucket, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, with the amount of stress it might be when I'm like 50 years old. Anyway, I'm already looking like I'm 50 with the hair, so it's all right.
The
Yeah.
Tate effect. The Tate effect.
That's,
That's how it affects.
well, it's true.
I think it's just you know what, everything has to motivate you. No matter if it's fitness, business, like you have to set an expectation of yourself higher than where it is. And not everyone has that mindset. I think that some people are comfortable with where they are, and that's fine. But we're all sort of, I guess, business owners, entrepreneurs, whatever you can sort of label it. And I think that comes from having the personality trait of just wanting more out of either yourself, out of your business, out of your work life, out of your career. It doesn't matter what it is. But by having goals that are higher than where you are, you're always striving, I think, to achieve more. And that's what gets you up in the morning. For me, like if I apply it to the gym, that's what gets me up and going to the gym every day. Because I want to look better. I want to test new levels of my physical look or actual physical health. I think it applies to absolutely everything in life as well.
100%. When we started this podcast, in our first episode or first 20 episodes, even I'd say right that, we both had like severe levels of imposter syndrome. So like, who are we to
Start this.
get microphones out and just start talking to a camera?
Yeah.
You know? We felt so weird. It was strange. We were looking at each other like, what are we doing right now? What do we say?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is the Evolve podcast?
To be fair, I'll be honest as well. Even I was like, why are these guys doing a podcast? But then now it's like you've established you've made it into a habit. You've established a name and like you're getting guests and stuff like that. And it's like it's
Bit of a routine. Yeah?
And
it is evolving. I hate saying it.
I've ever met. I'm gonna give it to you both. You're the most consistent people I've ever met.
Cheers.
Being dead set.
You know,
So,
we've been told that a few
genuine.
times.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it too much because
I was
I
up till 2 a.m. last night just editing one of the podcasts.
Yeah, I
the one that
was-
just came out.
No one sees the work done behind closed doors.
Everyone, what was the saying that they said to Alex, Christian?
No, Lucas said
No,
Do the thing.
no. Before it was like everyone wants to see the trophies, but no one wants to see the training ground.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
I like that
So
one.
it's like
What
I'm
did
clicking
Lucas
that.
say in the podcast?
he
Do
said
the
work.
work.
Yeah, do the work while everyone's sleeping.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But essentially, like I
And what he
never.
means by that is more like do the work when no one's looking. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
100%.
I'd never thought I'd be in this position where I'd be so consistent with something. I think that was the hardest part to wrap my head around was because I was never consistent. It never really hit me to a point where I was like, oh, you know what, I can make something out of this. Or, you know, we've been doing this podcast now, nearly, 30
Over a year.
episodes?
Yeah.
Like we're getting to that point and now we're looking at, you know, getting new guests on and then we're focusing on the dynamic recurve side of things. And it's just like constant of evolution. Like every day is something different. Every day there's a different curveball, and that's probably what happens with you guys. But the one thing that I feel like I've kept close to my side is the fact that I'm able to wake up every morning, healthy, fit, able to go to Adrian's gym
Once a week.
and pencil. Bruv, back up. Don't even go there.
Hey, he's just being honest. He's the owner. He knows.
When was the last time you were there?
On Tuesday.
And
Yeah,
what day?
that's-
And just for the audiences,
Before that?
just so the
Friday.
audience knows, today is Sunday.
Oh, it is Sunday actually.
Yeah, it's
It
been
is,
a
yeah.
whole 5 days.
Today's Sunday, guys. I heard you listen to this guy.
Today's
Well, you're not
actually.
going to be able to go tomorrow because you're going to be in Melbourne all day.
Correct.
Then Sunday you're going to be
fine.
rattled
But
from
I'm all right with that.
Buddy plugging you. Oh, what? You guys are going to Melbourne? Whoa,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
76 floors high.
Hey, the same place, yeah.
News to me.
Anyways, guys, so just as what I was saying, we had severe levels of imposter syndrome. When we started our business, when we started doing new things, when I went on my first interview, when we did our first podcast, I'm sure you guys have faced that yourselves. Just talking about you with your opening up a gym, the first day doing it. How did you guys handle that, you know, being an imposter or feeling like an imposter doing it for the first time and navigating to the point where you felt comfortable doing it and you're like, oh, now I'm a gym owner. Now I have a gym. Now I'm a day trader. How did you go from being no one that does it to someone?
Yeah. I think I still struggle with imposter syndrome, if I'm being honest. I think I spoke about this with one of our friends, all of our friends, Jonathan, and it's just trying to picture yourself or believing you are who you say you want to be. So I still struggle to say that I'm a day trader, even though I made money and I got scammed. So technically I, made money, and that's proof that I can day trade.
Yeah.
But because I have basically lost so much money and I have nothing to show for it, I'm basically broke at this point. I'm not broke, but close to broke.
It definitely would have taken more of a mental toll on other
Yeah.
people, but he's quite resilient in that.
Yeah.
In that way. So
Resilience.
Yeah, resilience, right?
Resilience.
But definitely like to see, because like I said, Vinny comes to the gym quite frequently, and I've seen him
More
at
than me, right?
Oh, for sure.
The day I got rug pulled, I went to the gym.
Yeah, like I
actually.
literally
guy's
see, him at his. I've seen him at his lowest, and I've also seen him like just improve on that sort of thing. Like, and I think the difference is day and night. Like he's improved so much, and it's like he doesn't let that shit get to him because he knows that he's done it once, and he'll do it again.
Respect.
Of course, my bro. Of course.
There's just bigger,
See,
bigger
see,
things
dab
in
him
life.
up, but not me.
Yeah, you don't deserve it, Dab.
You actually don't.
Can I get a dab?
Of course you can.
You get a double dab.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I just want the camera to see. I just want the camera to see Brennan's face of like.
I'm gonna zoom up on it.
Just crop my face and just put it.
Why don't I get the dab?
Look,
I was just there staring at the hands. I was like, wow,
there's meant to be a.
wow, I'm missing out here.
No, still put it away. There's meant to be a rumor that it's not really a rumor. It's a written rule that the hosts aren't meant to bully the guests, but the guests can bully the hosts.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
true.
You know what? I do like that one.
So you know
I do
what?
like that
That's
one.
why. So it's only fair.
I'm happy for
So,
that.
but yeah, like I didn't really feel like I had imposter syndrome when I started. I can't lie. Like
You didn't.
You
it's
took
sort
it
of
in your stride when it happened.
like
Yeah,
it's
so
to
you-
get it. This
So
is
you
gonna
came
sound
out of the womb a gym owner.
fuck this.
So basically, I sort of because like I've been in gyms so much that I sort of had the confidence to like I knew that I could do it. Like it's gonna like it's not. I'm trying not to come across like arrogant in that regard, but like I had the opportunity to make something, and I was like I just needed to
At the
get it. Like even when we fitted it out, you guys knew how much of like a perfectionist I was. Like trying to get the machines in the right spot and like this and that. And it's like I know that if I put it the way that I envision it, it'll pop off. And like it's 9 weeks, and the
Lo and behold.
reception has been like amazing. It's getting busier and busier each day.
Can vouch for that.
Like it's genuinely
It's looking
crazy. So it's like it's just more doing the small things, and it's like you can't think of yourself. I don't ever think of myself as a gym owner, and then these people are just members. Like it's more
family.
like we're just
created
it's
a
a community.
community.
Exactly right. It's just like I'll speak to you guys, and then I'll speak to the newest member. Go, what's going on? Blah 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 blah. And then it's just like you lower yourself. I lower myself to like as just a normal community member, and it's like they can then be open to me. Like if there's something wrong with the gym or something they don't like, they tell me. Or if there's like it then creates a stronger vibe, and it's like, and then you create retention, and it just works. Like I've learned that from my experience being in gyms, and that's where a lot of gyms fail. Like your commercial gyms just fail because you're shifting through staff so often that you can't actually build rapport at all. Like how can you build rapport when you just get to know one manager, and then the manager gets sacked, and then there's a new manager, and this and that, like, or you can tell that they're just there to get their paycheck and go.
I think that's such a vital part of like owning a gym. Like you being the face, or like just the main entrance, you're there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time, who's there, like you're there. You've created that presence. So whenever anyone comes in, it's like, oh, Adrian's here, owner of the gym.
Every single member knows
Who he is.
He knows every single member.
Yeah, that's the
pretty
beauty.
cool.
He interacts and conversates with every single person every time they
Yeah,
walk in.
and like Brendan and I were saying in a previous podcast, like without sacrifice, you won't get reward. And you've sacrificed time and sleep, and now you're reaping the reward of knowing every single client that comes in.
Yeah.
Being able to help around the gym when it comes to a loose bolt or the toilet doesn't flush. Like you've created such a
as well.
No, I got Jono on speed dial.
you've created a community that's able to be so responsive towards you, and you've now created a empire.
Fitness empire.
Make sure you edit that out, 'cause that was terrible.
Come on, you got to give me at least one
I'll
bad
give you
joke.
that.
Just with the fact that you said you didn't have any imposter syndrome, I feel like that's due to the fact that you were basically running your previous gym in a way.
Well, I'm not going to say I was running it because
You weren't running it,
out of
but
respect to the old owner, I'm not going to say nothing
you weren't
like
running
that.
it, but like you were
But
you were
You
always
have high
there.
responsibility.
I cared for that place like it was my own, which because I was there from pretty much the beginning of
But
when
there
it
was
was
only
first
2 staff
established.
members, so you guys had to basically take charge of the gym.
Yeah, but not even
together
that
in a
because
way.
it was just more like because I started from the beginning. I was essentially there when there was no one at all, and then as the gym grew, I grew, and then like again, I built rapport with all the members there, and then obviously
So this is basically your second time doing it.
yeah, but it's now there's just a lot more at stake. So
Of
that's
course,
why
yeah.
I was. So I guess that's why I didn't really get imposter syndrome. Like, I guess maybe when I started the old gym, I did because I was like, damn, this is not anything like I'm used to. I'm used to a gym with 2,000 members. Now I got to deal with
And you've been
a gym
just
with 50
an
members.
extra PT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. I was just a name on I was just a PT on a board. Now I'm actually like someone that's growing
Running a
from
few
the start.
fitness classes and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I remember
Now
you
your
were at
reputation's
fitness
on the
first.
line as well.
yeah,
Like,
exactly right. There's a lot more at risk, but obviously then it's if it's done right,
Yeah.
it can really be something special. I think it already is something special. Like
It
it's
is.
just it's
I
like
agree.
not to toot my own horn, but it's taken the damn suburb by storm. Like it really is. Like it's insane. It really is. But
Princess will never be the same.
I know they don't know what hit them, mate.
Sometimes I change my
So-
driving trajectory just to go past your gym.
Yeah,
I just pop in.
you
drive
do
in.
actually. To be fair, you do. You want a
I
coffee,
never,
mate?
but I never drive past Vincent.
By the way,
just
these
drive past
members, these guys here are the reason why I've got a high tolerance to caffeine now. Because I think at one point I was at the beginning as well. I think I'd have a coffee in the morning, and then Vinny would bring me one. Brendo would bring me one, and then I'd have maybe another one at lunch. I'd have like 4 or 5 coffees a day, and then I'd have pre-workout when I was training. Yeah, definitely like. Now nothing.
Sorry, Age.
In the morning it has to be a double shot, or like I never was that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I never was that
You know
guy.
what? I think it's him.
It is probably him.
Because
And
before, huh?
Vinny's a coffee
I
guy.
do like
Oh,
coffee
he
as
likes
well.
a coffee too. Maybe it
I
is.
like multiple coffees.
So him going to your gym has been making you a caffeine fiend, and me working with him has made me a caffeine fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the root of the
Just
problem
rub-
is
do you
them
not
two.
feel like it keeps you going?
Bro, I'm buzzing right now. I've been buzzing since fucking 5 a.m. this morning.
But also gives you the fucking runs, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's bad.
Oh my God.
It does,
Like,
it
bro,
does.
I just finished, and then
It
they
just
bring
makes-
another coffee. I'm like, I gotta go again. Like I'm trying to
It
do
keeps your
shit.
system moving, bro.
Like there's often times when I just got a coffee for myself, and then Vinny comes and because he doesn't tell me when he's coming, and he goes, "Do mate," and then he's got 2 coffees. Like, fuck.
it was 2 for the price of 1, mate.
I was like,
Like,
fuck, I can't have. I might as well have 2
I'm
coffees.
just like,
then.
you can keep it, save it for later, whatever you want, mate.
Yeah, at least I'm not like Jules,
There's a
bro.
microwave here.
Shout out to Jules. You put your coffee in the fridge,
fridge.
you psychopath. And,
it
then he
reheats.
microwaves it.
And then he
He,
reheats.
he reheats his coffee.
And it
I've
doesn't
never
taste
heard of
the
this
same.
before.
Hey, make this a clip, yeah?
Yeah.
Jules,
And
you
send
are
it
a
to
damn psychopath for doing that, bro. Like that's
mental.
insane.
Another topic that I wanted to bring up was how important it is to surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing that you're doing.
Like a community.
Like a community, yes.
Or your best mates.
Or your best mates, which is where I was leading to. But yes, community is in there as well.
It works.
It works. It still works. I think, and one of the coolest reasons as to why we can do something like this and just have a chat, and it's gone over my head so many times, but it's crazy to actually think that 14, 15, 30 episodes ago, we were just 2 guys sitting on a podcast, doing a podcast, and now
2
we're-
peas in a pod.
2 peas. We'll call it 2 peas in a pod for now, until they boil.
It's definitely a warped pod.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not a perfect pod. It's like if you saw the pod in the supermarket, you're not buying the pea. Like you're not buying it. Like what the hell's going on there?
What is happening in this one?
But I'm just very appreciative of the fact that we're able to sit here and have a chat and conversate about very similar instances where you've started a business, you're starting your own mental health journey, and putting those 2 together is something that we're doing as well. So it's really cool to see. With what you guys are doing now, have you been able to schedule and plan and put everything as a priority in your life? Is it something that you've been able to adapt with or adapt to?
How do you mean?
So obviously starting a business or starting a new venture, scheduling is very, very important. Meetings, you probably wouldn't have meetings.
Just with myself at night.
Just
That sounded crazy.
That sounds
That actually sounds crazy.
I'm signing out after that.
I actually didn't mean like that.
I'm talking about like prioritizing time for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, have you found like a balance with scheduling?
God no.
Nah?
I think
God, though.
scheduling is different for everyone. Some
sure.
people work really well, like having a calendar and having things that they need to achieve in a day. Like some people can only work.
Like a task list or calendar or.
Yeah, just having everything set out. Like some people need to say at 8 a.m. I have this thing on. For me, it's just I have core like concepts that I need to have done in the day. So those things might be going for a walk, going to the gym, trading. They're just
It doesn't matter when they happen. It's just that they get ticked off by the end of the day.
Exactly.
So for you, you're a task list person.
Yeah,
There's different types of people. So for the calendar person, they actually have 8 a.m. I go for a walk. Oh shit, it's 8 a.m. I got to go for a walk.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
doesn't work for me.
that's me. Right. Then there's people like you where you just have a set list of tasks that you have, and you're like, all right, this is my day. When can I fit this in? Oh, I've got this actual booked in thing here, so I can go for the walk before.
Yeah.
Let's say gym after it or whatever.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
exactly
all
right.
fits around that. Whereas this guy, you're forced to kind of create a calendar, aren't you?
Not
So-
really, because I'm not really actually. Because
His whole
think about
day,
it.
his calendar starts. It
It's-
says gym and it
Yeah,
finishes at gym.
if you look at my
He
calendar,
wakes up, gym,
I have
gym.
the odd PT
the
session,
break.
but it's literally from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. and it's the same color. It's all at the same place. Like it's
You're not doing anything different.
So whenever I have to
Yeah,
do
but
something, I have
sometimes
17
you have
hours to do it. So if I need to do, I don't know, whatever it is, I need to do something for marketing or whatever, I have 17 hours to do it. So I'll do half an hour, I'll do half of it at one point and I'll do the other half at night or something like that, you know? Like it's just, but the point, I get what you're saying is because you have different places to be and different people to
See.
to see and stuff like that, and you have to, you know, obviously do calls or whatever it is. Whereas for me, it's a lot more just being
It's
present.
very different for
It's
us.
different.
Because we do a lot more. Not to say that you don't do
Gee.
anything.
Yeah.
Not to say that
Shot,
you're
he just
waiting,
fired
waiting,
it.
waiting.
He just
It's
It's
also
a
got
different,
shot.
it's a different
it's
business.
yeah, that's what
It's
I
a
mean.
different business.
Because
Nah,
yours is
bro,
an
it's
online
good.
business and his is an in-person business.
that's crazy.
Straight in the hole.
That's mental.
But the
Well, you
whole,
were gonna
the
pull it.
whole calendar and task list thing, we could run off task lists as well. It's just the way you kind of, your brain kind of processes things, right? How does your brain process things? Because
I think your brain processes things a lot better than yours. Your brain is. But I don't know. Well, I don't even know what that means. What kind of?
No,
how do I
as in
process
like,
what?
you know, you just said that you have 17 hours in
Yeah.
a day, right? If I just knew in my head, like, I have 17 hours to do it, I'd probably start doing the thing when it's the 16th hour. When I've only got 1 hour left.
Well, you'd sort of
I've
the
only
way
start doing the thing.
the way I schedule it honestly is
16th hour.
like I get there at 5, obviously, and then it honestly takes me about 2 hours to even wake up properly because I'm just like after a coffee and stuff like that. I'm just when I start getting into the rhythm, then I'll start doing stuff, and then I'll just tackle it little by little. Like if you know, I don't often write what I have to do, but like it's if I've got quite a few things to do, I'll write them down, and then I'll just tackle it. Like if I've got to write an email or I've got to do emails, whatever, I'll then structure it, and then I'll go, okay, let me do this email, then I'll do this one, then I'll have a break, then I'll relax a little bit, and then I'll go again. Because I need to, I can't go obviously 100% the whole day, or else I'll just, you know, you won't see me anymore.
Burn
I'll be in a casket. Like, but it's more
Bit of
just.
Netflix sprinkled in, you know.
No, not Netflix, bro. No, we don't do that, bro.
Not anymore.
Not Netflix. Netflix
After
is it.
sport.
That's true, actually. That's true. A lot of my time in the morning is watching highlights from the Premier League, bro. I can't lie to you. But yeah, so it's just more like I work better in bursts. So it's like I just
Or like
Sprinter.
blocks of time
yeah.
sort of thing.
I am. I'm a sprinter, so you know.
That's why you're not playing five-a-side with us.
It's true.
Not enough distance.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
No
So-
endurance.
No endurance. So, but you know.
Would you say that you're like a one-pump Trump?
One pump Trump.
Who's Trump, bro? We're bringing
Oh.
politics into this, bro.
Over in the US now.
Yeah. But yeah, look, I like I said, bursts just work better for me because then it's like I'll do one or two things at a time, and then I'm like, you know, I've done well. Let me just relax a little bit. Let me have some food, whatever. And then when it's that point again, I'll go, all right, let's do some more stuff. And then by that point, and then because I'm always there, it's like I sort of have unlimited time to really do it because like I'm there on the weekends as well. So it's like if I've got stuff to do and I didn't
can
get it done
finish
that
it the next
day,
day,
I'll do it
whatever.
the next day.
Yeah.
I sort of know what's due that day. Like if it's something due, whatever it is, I'll do it that day. If it's something that can be put on the back burner, if I've got nothing else to do, I'll do it. But the other stuff takes priority, and
Like
then I
high
get to it.
priorities and low priorities type thing.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Camera, watch that. The host
Oh,
is
the host is
asking.
Zoom up on that.
He's asking for permission to talk
Zoom
in his
up
own
on
body.
that.
Aren't you the host?
Yes, Rhiannon.
Yeah. You can speak.
He's getting excited about this one.
Right.
Do you have any downtime? What does your downtime look like?
Downtime from
Both of you. There's a question for both of you. Do you find
Well,
stuff
stepping
that-
under the desk.
I have too much downtime. My career is a little bit different, but downtime for me is with trading. Basically, you can't force anything. So when you're trading, it's very different. You're just talking about scheduling and having a schedule. With trading, I can schedule when I can trade, but I can't force a trade to happen
because you're based in another time zone? No.
It's because it's another time zone. That's basically like when I allow myself to trade. Like there's London session, New York session, say 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. and then 1 a.m. till 4 a.m., which are very weird times. It's a very weird time to work. But you never know what a market's going to do. So I can't really schedule... I can only schedule time to sit at my desk and be present to trade, but I don't actually have the action to trade that day.
Yeah.
It might be better if I don't trade, because every time you make a trade, you have to be okay with the money that you're risking.
Yeah.
And that's something that's taken me a long time to learn. So
As weird as it sounds, from what I know and what you've taught me and everything, I feel like you not trading
yeah,
is actually still you working.
that is-
indirectly.
that is like 5,000% correct. Not trading is trading.
Yes.
Like
If it's part of your strategy and it says don't trade,
Yeah.
and you trade, that's you not working,
that's you.
taking a holiday.
It's you taking a holiday. And unfortunately, in the business of trading, that costs money every single time you do it. And sometimes you can make that bad decision multiple times a day. I've done it plenty of times, and it's costed nothing but stress, mental degradation. You just feel terrible. I've had plenty of nights where I've stayed up until 8 a.m. until the sunrise, and that's just the price you have to pay to learn these things. And yeah, like I said, it will work out in the end. I just have to stay focused on the goal. And yeah, that's something I've learned over the past years. Just schedules don't work for me. I just have things that I have to get done and get them done.
So
That's how
that's
life
it.
works.
Essentially, your downtime is learning about what's going to happen the next day.
Downtime for me is keeping myself in check.
Yeah.
Because being
More
a
of a mental
trader,
game.
you're always at the cost of your own decisions. So being in peak mental state, whether that be, looking after what I eat, how I act mentally, how I'm thinking, which comes from going to the gym, going for walks, clearing my head, all these sort of things that I do throughout the day, seeing Adrian 17 hours of the day as well. Just heaps.
By the way, he just specifically mentioned me, so that's like we're just like that now.
He's going to take his
that's how
price
close.
down to
That is
$5
so
a
easy.
week.
No, he's no.
That's actually
I'm going to take him out to dinner. No, so he's basically just asked me out on the podcast. So
Can I join?
Oh my God, this guy good.
it's just a beg, eh? Like, no, you're not joining, man. It's a private dinner. Like
I'll make you guys blue steak.
blue steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's still like pulsing.
Yeah,
on
I don't
that
want to.
TV.
I don't want to
You've
hear
seen
it.
it.
Blue steak.
I don't want to hear it milling, bro. Like that's
To be
crazy.
fair, it is quite nice.
Nah, can't
You
be.
had a blue steak?
Yeah, I had his.
What do
And
you prefer?
he cooked it pretty well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat
You
it
know what?
again.
He cooked it pretty well.
Well, it
isn't it?
didn't
You
take
just,
long.
you just put it in 1 second off.
Yeah, you should
Oh,
have seen
no,
it.
it was-
Just for
it was
context,
the
the
best.
blue steak.
I'll
Can I
give-
just
He's
say
a
it was actually
non-cooked
48
steak.
seconds?
It's
actually
just
48
seeds.
seconds.
It's a raw steak.
I'll give you a rundown of what
It
happened.
was actually 48 seconds.
So he cooked everyone's first medium rare, and then his was last. He's like, oh, all right, I'm ready to cook it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's 4. 1, 2, 3.
That's just not what happened. I had a timer in my phone.
How long? How
It's hard, though.
genuinely now? Like no bullshit. How actually long was it on there for?
A minute 20.
A minute 20 on each side.
Yep.
So it's So the thing's still fucking mooing. Like
A
it's
2
not-
minute 40 steak.
That's crazy. How do you take yours? Oh, that's crazy. How do you eat your steak?
I eat my steak medium rare.
See.
Yeah.
Medium-
What
I
about you? Medium rare?
I think medium rare, but I think I'm starting to lean more towards rare. You know, like I really.
See?
No, but I can't do blue. Blue's just
Blue's blue.
mental.
What do you mean?
Blue's mental. Rare's like because you still got a bit more like what's
What's
the word
an
like
extra
think
10
I'm-
it's
seconds?
longer on the grill.
I think I've
Yeah,
come to the
it's-
realization that no place knows how to cook steak properly.
It's,
They
you know
don't-
what? Yeah,
they don't
it's
at
really
all.
true.
They actually
I
There's not
don't
a
at all.
single place that I've gone to that knows how to cook it properly.
I
They
reckon
actually
we
don't.
I reckon we open up a
Like no,
steakhouse.
that's it, Vinny. Remember when we went to when we did
I reckon we opened up a steakhouse.
the buffet last week, right? And I was cooking it, bro. How good was it? And it was like it was a minute. It was like a thin wagyu, and I was like making sure it was like medium rare. I was like, bro, this is if they made it like this in restaurants, bro, cracker.
It actually would be.
What would we call the steakhouse if we were to open one?
The
Four-way
Wig Out-
steak.
No,
The Wig Out Steak. Nah.
the Wig Out
What'd you say,
Steakhouse.
the
The Wig Out
steak?
Steakhouse.
Full-way
sounds
steak.
It
right.
has to be the Wig Out Steakhouse. Has to
Yeah.
be.
Oh yeah, we got.
Has to be the Wig Out Steakhouse.
We got
It
steaks.
can't be anything else.
Wig Out's balls.
Wig Out Stakeout.
Wig Out Steakhouse. There you go.
That don't work.
Nah, Wig Out
Steak-
Steakhouse sounds the best. I think.
Like, it
Steak
has to
out
be.
at the Wig Outs.
No, that's just
Steak
too
out.
much.
That's
Steak
so
out.
people just got to sit there and that's a stakeout is when they just sit in the van and
they
just
get the
wait.
steak in it.
No, I don't want meat.
Yeah.
I'm staking out here.
They eat steaks while they sit outside and just wait for shit to happen. Like that's crazy.
Cooked yet?
Yeah.
No.
So, what has been your biggest lesson from opening up this gym so far?
I don't think he's had time to reflect.
Jesus Christ, that's a deep question, you know.
From steakhouse to
The
deep
biggest,
questions.
what was it? Yeah, I know. We're gonna that might have been
curveball.
the best segue
What
ever.
a curveball.
Best
Let's open
segue.
up a steakhouse. What was the biggest lesson you learned
Yeah.
from your gym? From your gym.
It is a good question.
While eating steaks.
So what was the biggest lesson you asked me, right?
Yeah.
It's that I
You
think
shouldn't
it's
leave me alone in the gym.
that as because you're just a tyrant, and I've known you all my life, and I still don't trust you fully, which is crazy. That's actually I'm sure Ree's the same. Like he just does. He's just a spinner.
Yeah, that's the best way to explain it.
That's the best way to explain it,
Like-
isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's honestly the biggest lesson is to keep doing the small things. Like it's not to obsess over what could be, but just focus on the small things, and the big things will follow. Like
Be consistent.
I could be wondering like, why am I not at 500 members yet, or why am I not making, why have I not hit the targets that I want, which I did, by the way. Just want to say.
Well done.
500
Congratulations,
I'll
actually.
give you that. Yeah, I did. Anyway, but it's more like instead of wondering about members.
500 members.
Yeah, that's right. The audience is allowed to know 500
It's
members.
5.
It's 500 members.
Isn't it 5 members?
Anyway,
Preschool math.
so it's more just trying to keep it with the small things, like making sure, like I said, the gym's clean, the weights are put away, this and that, because then you keep that quality, and then it radiates to then people coming in. Like for example, if someone could come at any time, like I literally a couple weeks ago had a member come in, or a potential member come in at 9:30 to want to look at the gym. 9:30 p.m. I was already checked out.
Interesting.
But I had cleaned the gym beforehand, so the gym was actually clean. Like so when he came in, it was like it's a fresh gym. If I was just checked out, right? You got to still let that go.
Was that gym like G-I-M?
I'm struggling to not let it out.
Jail. We're going to go down to the jail.
Yeah. So, but then anyway, so because it was because I had cleaned the gym, it was more aesthetically pleasing, and then he ended up signing up. So it's more just keeping those small things, and then people will follow. Like people now, it's like word of mouth is spreading like crazy. Like it's just people coming in all the time, and it's so many locals. Like people just go, I didn't even know you guys were here, sort of thing. And they're like, oh, you guys are so close, I'm going to sign up, blah 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 blah. So it's more just like, and then we radiate the friendly. Like it's more just trying to be the best person that you can be. Like just be nice. Like you're not going to make it far by being a dick. Like there's a certain person, I'm not going to name who it is, of a certain gym who's notorious for being a dick, and I'm not like, I aspire to not be that.
Yeah.
So
Good role model to not be like.
yeah, so like it's just exactly right. I see that, I'm going to be the opposite.
I think
So-
like doing something on your own for yourself, you learn to set those boundaries. And like you watch and learn off people that have done it in the past, and you're like, no, I don't need to be that.
Yeah.
Because then if you end up falling into what they believe is the best thing
Yeah.
for that situation.
It's so funny because like I have this thought, and it's because I'm a very big believer. It's like it takes 10,000 hours to master something. You have to get your 10,000 hours in to master something, right?
10,000 reps.
And I was like, what? Like if I did 10,000 hours of PT, it would pretty much equate to like being 10 years as a PT. Like fuck, that means I'm technically not going to be a master of this, even though I feel like I'm pretty advanced as a PT. I know what I'm doing, but then I'm like, now I'm a gym owner. I've actually hit my 10,000 hours because I've been in the gym for pretty much 10 years now. So like I've done my 10,000 hours, you know. So it's like I've started where people would just go, oh, I'm going to open up a gym because, you know, I have a passion for training. But I've actually been in all sorts of gyms. I've been in the ghetto of gyms. I've been in the Royd Muncher gyms. I've been into the boutique gyms. Like I've been everywhere. I've dealt with everything, you know. So it's like I feel like I've already started and I'm already
You've got your
20
stripes.
steps ahead. Yeah, I've got my stripes already, you know. So I'd sort of know what I'm doing.
Black belt.
Like there's still stuff. There's still
Black belt of gyms.
yeah, literally. There's still stuff that goes on. That I'm like, what the hell's going on? But like, that's all.
There's still
part
learnings
of
to
it.
be
Yeah,
done.
of course. Like I'm not going to go.
Okay,
I know
not a-
every single thing, but
For example, I was in the
Here we
gym
go.
this week and you had a roofing problem. You didn't know how to fix that. But I'd say it's because you're not a roofer, right? You're a gym owner, not a roofer like this.
This guy loves to do segues. It's completely unrelated things.
well, you know what? It's a very true statement because like even I walked into this office and there was a nail sticking out of the hardware. And he's like, I don't know. He goes, I don't know what I'm doing, but you should know. But you're not a tradie, are you?
I'm not a tradie.
Yeah. Interesting. So
And some question my PT abilities as well sometimes, you know?
I've heard that actually.
That's a bit more serious.
That is a bit more
You should check into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, I don't what were we even talking about? But
Me
yeah.
too, but anyway.
You're talking about how you became a black belt of gyms.
I don't think I said that, but I think you said that. But you know.
No,
Vinny
said
said
I
black
said
belt.
that. I said
Vinny said
What's
that.
your
Black belt.
What's your biggest lesson that you've learned?
My biggest lesson is that good things take time. I think that a lot of people think everything's going to happen overnight. You just have to be patient. And even when things go badly, life isn't that bad.
What's that quote you say that
Good
you want to
times
get
never
tattooed?
last.
There's a lot of quotes I want to get
Nah,
tattooed.
the cloud one.
The cloud one, I like that one.
The Vinny
It's,
School of Quotes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a few.
Oh, Vinny.
I have a few. But
Oh.
my one at the moment is
Doozy.
even doozy. Even when skies are grey, the sun still shines. So I think basically, you know,
Just look around the cloud, right?
the sun's still there even when it's dark, gloomy, grey. When life sucks, the sun's still there and it will shine again. You just have to wait for the clouds to pass. And I think everyone's caught up in when the clouds are there, and that's when shit isn't going well, things are bad, the world looks, it just sucks, life sucks, and you just have to know that the sun will come back out, things will be all right. And yeah, like I said
So
today,
it's
the
actually
grass
so-
is greener.
As long as
It's
you
actually
keep
so
on-
true, Bob, because like you can have like the worst day, like
And then something just happens out of nowhere that just like completely shifts your whole mindset.
yeah.
And if you can close that gap between feeling like shit and just knowing that it's going to be all right, then you're just going to be
It's
more
a big.
positive.
That's a
The
big
biggest thing is when it's how you like take the situation at hand. Like if you let it consume
Yeah,
you,
how you handle it.
like yeah, like there's definitely many situations with the gym where I could have just been like,
I'm
Throwing
done.
it
yeah, like
I'm
this,
out.
yeah, like
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
crazy.
throwing the towel.
But it's like I've sort of just like, look, it's gonna work out. Like even then, I'm still nowhere where I want to be, but like I'm just trying to be in the moment because it's like there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna go, damn man, I can't like imagine like I wasn't present in the moment where I hit 100 members or I hit this milestone,
That was-
whatever it is, you know.
There was a day when you wanted to hit 20 members, and now you well surpassed that. So,
Vinny, let's talk about the open day.
so on the open day, basically, Adrian had set a extravagant goal of how many members he wanted to sign up on day dot. On the first day of
50, wasn't it?
It was 50.
Yeah.
It was 50. And 50 is relative to how much he sort of needs to have the business make sense and allow it to, I guess, function.
Sort of thing.
Function, yeah. It was quite an extravagant goal. And I could see on his face the next day, I could just see that he didn't hit that goal, and I could see that it was ruining him inside or like getting to him a little bit. And I just told him, like, I don't think you understand how good you did compared to what you need rather than what goal you set.
Yeah, it definitely honestly, I actually changed my mentality for like future things because it's like, again, I set that goal,
Yeah.
thinking I was like, and then we hit the certain amount of signups we did on the first day, and I was like,
You were
like
happy
everyone
with
was like, wow, it's so good, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, it's great, and then
No.
but Vinny was the only one I could see, like really saw it and goes, you're not happy, eh? And I literally just touched, and I literally was like, I'm not even close. And then, but then you put into that perspective, like you've already hit this percentage
Yeah.
of where you need to
Celebrate the
be.
small wins.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? When you put it like that, I guess on the first day to hit that percentage of where I needed to be, it puts a lot into perspective of
Yeah.
like how
Far.
that's actually really
how
good.
how good it really was.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And
So, but
You
yeah,
gotta remember, like, just in PT, right? You've had people that want to lose, you know, let's say 50 kilos is a nice round number. When they lose that first kilo, you need to help them celebrate those wins. Because if they just have that 50 kilos in
exactly
their
right.
mind,
that's true.
they're always going to be beating themselves up. Because
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
I've
I
got
still have
49
another
to
49
go.
it
to
also
go,
changes
you know?
their perspective of what they actually want to lose because people saying like they want to lose 20 kilos, but then they lose if you celebrate the 5s and the 10s kilos, whatever it is, and then they realize they look better on that. Like they already look good anyway. They sort of like, oh, I'm actually happy where I'm at. Like I'm eating well and I'm training well and I'm looking good. Like that sometimes there's obviously the people that still want to lose the rest of it, but like most of the time the people are just like, I've hit where like I'm looking good, I'm feeling great. Like I don't want to lose, I don't want to go into more of a cut and then just hate life sort of thing. So I'm like, you know what, I want to stay at this level. And then they go, look at that, you've already cut your goal in half. And it's like, because they just say a number, they go, yeah, I want to lose 20, 30 kilos. They don't know how much 20, 30 kilos actually is.
Just
like,
an arbitrary number that just they think
just choose a number.
They think they're going to be happy at that
Yeah.
state, but they don't know that yet.
Exactly.
And so I think if you don't know the end goal, you might as well just celebrate every
no, it's true.
milestone
Celebrate the
along
journey
way.
rather than the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get
Just
there,
like you, Adrian.
it's not that fun.
Like you got this number in your head.
yeah.
Celebrate the actual journey, which is
No, that's true.
you creating this community, you creating this bond with your
Yeah, actually, yeah, for
clients
sure.
and everything like that. Because you know everyone in the gym.
Yeah.
I've tried getting to know the clients in your gym. You tell me
Not to.
you tell me off for it. You're like,
For context for the viewers, Brendo likes to sit at the desk
And pretend he's employed.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, hey, how you doing? What do you train? Blah 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 blah." I'm like, "You don't work here." Like, and it's not like it's a community. It's not in the sense of a community trying to get to know another member. He's full like trying to like, I don't know, like try to re-sign them or something. He's trying to like, "Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, you know,
Even
what
on
do
my
you do?"
open day, he signed me up.
Bro, what about the guy with the dog? Do you remember the guy?
I was chatting his ear off.
Oh, was it the guy or the girl? Who did I take on the tour?
You took the girl on the
Yeah,
tour. and I was
so
talking
this
to the
guy came with the dog to come check out the gym, and then his missus came maybe
After.
10 minutes later, whatever, 5 minutes later. I gave the missus a tour just to have a look, and then the guy had the dog, so I was like, look, just for don't bring the dog in. Anyway, and then I come back down, and then all I'm hearing is Brendan chewing his ear off, going, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
This
And then
guy can talk.
yeah, and I'm like, and then I finished the tour with the girl, and I said everything I needed to say, and then like, yeah, we'll come back, blah blah blah, and then I bring her back to, I'm assuming her husband, and then I'm like, okay, you can go. I didn't say it, but I was like, and then Brenda's still like, I was like, all right, I'm like, you know what, I gotta go, bye. Like,
I got a
leave him
gym.
to it.
yeah, like I had to make something else. I'm pretty sure I had to say like, oh, I got something to do. All right, sorry, we'll see you next time. Like,
Did they end up signing up though?
negative. I don't know.
So it was
Oh,
your fault.
hold on. Not yet.
Yes.
So it was Brendan.
It was
Brendan scared
Brendan.
them away.
They actually put a feedback in. They said that Brendan's breath stank. So I was like, no. I want to actually talk about someone someone newly special in my life. So I have
Have you got a girlfriend?
I have acquired the services of another Dal Bianco in my gym.
He's a top G.
Oh, he's
Ree's brother,
Is that
younger brother Julian. He's a PT. He's my PT at the gym, and the reason why I want to bring him up is because he would cringe if I said this to his face, but I'll G him up at the end of the pod. There was a point three weeks ago where he was in his mind. He's like, I'm not like, this is not going to work. Like, I'm not doing well, blah blah blah. And fast track to now, and even Vinny saw his calendar, and
Smash.
bro, the guy is booked out. Like, he's genuinely like, he put in the work, and I kept trying to G him up because I'm like, look, I've been where you're at. He reminds me a lot of when I first started. He really does. He's got that energy. He's got that passion. And now he's booked out. I'm like, I don't even need to be here anymore. Like, you're here all the time. Like, I can actually catch up on some sleep now. You know?
you can sleep in the car now.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So look, he's doing well, and like, it just goes to show that like, no matter what the circumstances are, you can turn the best out of not even a bad situation, but of an interesting situation like that. Like he started at the gym when it was 0 members, and now he's built a business where he can then live off PT and work at a gym. And then because he's been there from the beginning, he's pretty much seen as, we're pretty much both seen at the same level. Like it's not gym owner and PT, it's two people.
Gym owners.
You've been like
Yeah.
like a PT big brother to him, and it's been a good introduction to him because I've seen a big change in the way he trains and the way he is at home, even you know, and that's a big credit to you as well as your first time managing someone that is like
to be
under
fair.
your wing.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it's a big up for you because essentially, you know, you could have done that with me if I became a personal trainer, but you did it with my brother, and that's something I respect big time.
Aren't you a PT?
I'm saying if I went under his wing,
Oh, okay.
because I'm just saying the age gap there, you having that ability to give him that, I will respect forever. And the fact that I helped out and we'll eventually get a dinner out of you one day is great as well.
Whoa.
And now we segue.
Bro basically just said, Adrian, take me to dinner right now. Like,
You're taking Vinny out.
to be fair, I did say after all the help that the boys gave me with the gym, I'm going to take him for a nice dinner.
It's still due.
Do I get a dinner?
That's still due. But
it's coming. It actually is coming. Dead set, it's
I can
coming.
understand.
I do think about it a lot more than you think. I actually do.
It eats you
So,
up inside.
Yeah.
It would eat me up inside.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting on
We got steakhouse. Is that
But you know
we're
what?
going?
He has been. No, you
blue steaks.
You know
He has
what?
promised it for
To
a
give
few
him
months
credit,
now,
he has been buying us entrees.
Oh, he has.
To give
He
him
has.
credit,
You
to
know,
give
he
him
has.
credit.
Maybe
I forgot about that.
Maybe tonight
And
you
you
get
have
another
been giving me a few
That
beers.
sounds crazy again.
He does buy me a few beers
He's
as well.
that guy.
My starting beer for some reason. It's
Anyway,
great.
I do want
I
to
do-
thank. Oh, good.
Thank him again for the fourth time.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
I was silent.
is this? Are we
I saw and thank you.
is this ending or?
No. Continue.
Brendan, mate, you have the floor.
You have the floor. The floor is yours.
Fuck, he's actually crumbled. Look, he's got nothing to say.
He's crumbling right now.
All right, so Vinny, you said
Checkmate.
before that it's about doing the thing, and all of us are doing the thing in our own ways.
Hold on. Give context as why
Chris
we keep saying that.
Williamson.
Chris Williamson.
What
Quote
happened?
of the
What's
day.
Chris? What is Chris Williams? What is a Chris
For the
Williams?
people that
Who's
don't know, you should watch him. He's one of the best, I guess, mentors.
Podcasters out there.
Podcasters, but I'd say mentor. He's a business mentor. He's a mindset mentor. He really goes into just how you should think and behave as someone who wants to achieve more than the norm out of life.
We went to his seminar, and to be fair, it was meant to be you two. I actually had no real plans on going, and I'll say I went, and it was like not a last minute invite, but regardless. Anyway, the seminar genuinely was actually a really good seminar.
Yeah.
Like I don't usually like that sort of thing. I kind of find that thing a bit just like
Like the sit down
It's just like
lectures
it's
type
like
thing.
he's just talking about like mental
Seedy,
like health
like-
and that sort of thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
not for me. But I will say it was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like it was, and you know, now a common thing that he was saying was do the thing.
Do the thing.
And I think legit thing,
Me-
we say it every day.
We do.
We still say it every
If we
day.
have something that like we're on the fence about doing, or like we want to do it, and we're like trying to talk
Hesitating a
ourselves
bit
out
because
of it.
everyone does that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks about wanting to do something, but they don't do it.
Exactly.
They just think about doing it and never actually act on it. And never follow through with it. But you know, the fact that you opened up a gym is you doing the thing. The fact that you started day trading is you doing the thing. The fact that we started this podcast is us doing the thing.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems that I found recently with doing the podcast, running Dynamic Greek Hub, has been knowing whether, as you said before, me and Ray are pretty consistent with what we do every single day. Knowing if doing the thing consistently is the right thing to do for what you plan to achieve.
I struggle with that as well.
Yeah, but you never know until you actually do it anyway. I guess. And then if it doesn't become a thing, then you've learnt so much on the journey anyway. That's like next time you know what works and what doesn't. It's a part of life. It's just
It's a part of the learning curve.
You never know if it's the right decision. Like this could be, my gym could be the worst decision ever. What if I don't know. What if something happens and I've lost everything? And I'm like, fuck.
You can't control the output.
Exactly right.
You can only control the input.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you guys think about if doing the thing is the right thing to do, it depends on what your actual end vision is, because you guys put in the work, so the outcome will come. So you're already going to have an outcome that is what you want.
Yeah.
You guys just don't know it yet. You're putting in the reps every day. You do it consistently more than anyone I've ever seen. So I think that it's not something you really have to stress about. I think just keep
Keep
doing
doing
what you're
the
doing.
thing.
Have
Keep
you
doing
guys
it.
ever gone through burnout? Like a
Plenty of
burnout
times.
period? And
So many
how
times.
have you
I
overcome
don't
it?
believe in it.
Mine's sales.
I know you don't
burnout's a
believe in it.
bit
That's why
different.
but I
Hold
believe
on,
in it.
Actually, I want to change instead of the question to ask, why don't you? Or how do you not believe in burnout?
So when you get sick,
That's just me getting sick.
okay. But when you're like, oh, I can't do any work, I got to go have a sleep. Is that not burnout?
No, it's lack of sleep.
Oh, so you've always got a solution to the problem.
It's
Well,
like-
I didn't
say I have a
no.
solution to the
Oh,
problem.
sorry.
No, he's in denial. It just doesn't.
I like to ask that question because I know I go through it. I'm not the only one that
Everybody
goes through
does. Whether he's
True.
just in denial that he believes it or not. Everyone burns out, especially if you do everything
Yeah,
by
but
the
how do
book
you
on calendars and
how
shit
do you
like that.
explain what burnout actually is? Because as I said before, like, you know, if I have a random nap during the day, I'll just label that as I haven't been sleeping well.
But why haven't you been sleeping well?
Because you burnt out.
Because you're burnt out. Thank you. Wow, that was
You
easy.
use-
That
you
was
use-
really easy.
think-
Wait,
think
wait,
about it
just
like
to
this.
give-
to give
Think
him
about
some
it
credit.
Like,
No, like I understand why you say like what is the definition of burnout, because you know you can just keep
You
going
can't
and
explain it though.
you
It's different for
can't,
everyone.
but it's different for everyone.
That's
It's
the thing.
it's like a mental space, like a mental headspace,
Yeah.
or like a you know.
So how do
some-
you define if you're in burnout or just highly stressed in that moment?
Well, when you're doing work like we do every day, and you get yourself to a point where nothing cogs over,
Yeah, your productivity is
your
like
productivity level gets low, your energy level's low, you
Yeah.
feel like you're tired the next day. Does that not feel like you're burnt out?
Brenda, there's 100% days when you're here when you're doing dynamic stuff, and you're like, I cannot be bothered to do any calls right now. I can't be bothered to do this.
But he's just
Oh,
a
so
steam
You just
train.
label it differently.
He's a steam
there's a
train.
million percent.
Yeah, but then I'll go on Friday boys night, just rejuvenates. Then I go back.
Oh, Friday research.
So is that why you
No,
brought
no,
it up?
no. I just feel like going on the topic of burnout. I feel like you can actually put things in your life to prevent it from being an issue. Sort of having planned breaks during work, or having scheduled boys' nights on Friday, so you know that you're just gonna switch off mentally from everything that you
Yeah,
usually
of
do.
course. But Brenda, not everybody can do that. Just because you run your own business, you're allowed to then go, I'm not going to work for this hour. I'm going to go down to the beach after my run. Not everybody has the luxury of doing that.
You've created it for you, but a lot of people do a 9 to 5 and they can't create it for
Do you
themselves.
know how many times I want to go to the gym? I actually want to go to the beach in the hot
Yeah.
weather, but I have to be at the gym.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even like going to the beach, and I actually want to go to the beach because I just want to get out of there. But
Sure,
I
I
have
guess
to do
I've
it.
created luxury in my life. That's why.
Yeah.
I think anyone that has a 9 to 5 and is getting burnt out, they're just not happy with what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they should quit as soon as possible. Honestly, because
That's what I mean, because I actually enjoy what I do.
Clip
So
that.
it doesn't.
that's probably one of the things that I would give advice to someone is that everyone's chasing money. Like anyone that works a 9 to 5 is working there because they want to get paid.
Yeah.
And it's not about getting paid. That's not what makes life enjoyable. I'm not saying obviously you can't just quit your job if you have expenses and things. Save up some money, but if you actually want to do something in life, just take the risk. Like we're all risk takers. That's why we all are in this position to even sit down and talk. We're not mildly successful in any means, of where we
We're
want to
actually
be.
all broke, but
Or where we want to be, but success. I actually saw something today, and the definition of success can be defined differently for everyone.
100%. That's
Success is being happy with
similar with
who you are.
burnout. Similar with burnout. That's why I wanted to ask you guys, because that's what I feel like I've been going through at the moment, to a point where I'm like, I'm productive, getting a couple hours sleep. Yeah, you can pat me on the back. Like, I don't mind.
Hey, you're trying to be serious, man. Come
No,
on.
no, no. Like, that's the thing. His way of going through things is through humor. So I understand. Like when he goes to pat me on the back, I'm going, you know what? That's all right.
He's like, oh, poor Ree, you're burning. Yeah.
Wait till Riri's going for a tough time, is he?
Is it a Rory getting me tired?
Rory's got a flat tire, does he?
Fuel tank's getting empty.
That's why, I even ask my clients, I've put my clients in positions where they're in a free zone to always talk to me about how they're feeling, whether they want to train, and etc. These people have never dealt with anything, or an entrepreneur in their life, maybe one or two people that I have. So I always like to ask the burnout question, because a candle only has a long enough wick. You can light the candle, it can go for 48 hours, but the wick will always be short. You always have to buy another candle to relight it. So what would you guys suggest for people that do go through burnout, what would be the best way to overcome it?
Increase the size of the candle.
I think everyone's different.
I actually don't even know because I'm trying to think of.
You have to accept that you're burnt out.
Just increase the size of the candle.
Yeah.
It's honestly no. You know what it is actually.
I'm being serious.
I know.
It's more being aware that you're burning out. Like it's. I think it's normal and natural to burn out.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Because if you're putting so much into it, you get a burnout. Like even, but then you just have to accept it.
something you
Right
train.
now, huh?
You can actually train it. I'm not joking.
I don't
it's
know.
actually something you can train. Like, it's very common in people that study like for doctorates and stuff like that. That they're working, they're studying, they're working full time, they're studying full time. Those people work crazy hours and study for long hours. They're burning out pretty frequently. I remember seeing it at uni. These people were just nuts.
Yeah.
And they would just be pumping drugs, Adderall, and high levels of caffeine. Well, I'm serious. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And they would obviously reach burnout, but they couldn't really stay in that burnout mode
that's
for
exactly
too long
right.
because they have to wake up the
Because
next day and
the-
keep on doing it.
Brenda, the difference is that, well, like we were saying earlier, the stresses are increasing because you're trying to elevate the person you are.
Exactly.
So
So those people are able to deal with high levels of stress, high levels. They have a high propensity to go for longer without being burnt out, which is something that you can train. Which is what I'm saying.
no, of course, but like if you're just doing the same thing, like if you're just doing the same job, whatever, like not saying anything bad about it, but like if you're doing the same job, you will then get accustomed to it to the point where not much will stress you out because you're so used to it.
Yeah.
But because we're always elevating, and like in your example, they're studying because they want to be better. Of course, it's going to stress them out, but then they obviously get it with more stress becomes burnout. It's just natural.
Yeah.
Like
I think you just have to let burnout happen.
I think it's
if-
natural. Yeah,
if-
100%.
If you're getting burnt out, just,
you take a day,
Yeah.
you have to accept that a day is not going to be a shit day.
Yeah.
Or even
nothing's built in a day.
Less productive.
because if you let it consume you, then it's going to turn out to be a burnout week because you're just going to go, fuck, I can't believe I'm just like, I can't do anything. I'm beating yourself up. But if you go, look, I'm just not feeling it today. You take it and it's just like, look, I'm going to just try to do what I can. I'm not going to stress about it and I'll tackle it tomorrow.
The path to success isn't a straight line. So it doesn't matter what you want to be successful in,
stock
whether
chart.
it's a stock chart. But yeah, it just, Rome wasn't built in a day, they say. Everything's built brick by brick. If you don't put a brick up on one particular day, it will still get built over time. So it's
100%.
just accepting that you're burnt out and just letting that day, if you need
Pass.
that day to reset and it allows you to be more supercharged the next day, just take it, enjoy that day. Don't get bummed out that you're burnt out and be negative. Just say, I'm burnt out, I get a day off, enjoy the day off, and
That's
then just
it.
move on.
100%.
That's how you should do it.
How would you define success?
Jesus Christ. What a question.
Deep questions.
That's actually a full deep question, because it full relates to so much shit. Like it's
We were
Success
talking about it today.
Yeah.
Like, what? How do you guys define success?
It's
I've had
nothing
it-
to do monetary. It's nothing to do with
To
money.
be honest, I've had it instilled in me from just when I was younger. It's just to be the best. No matter, and that doesn't mean there's no such thing as the best because there's always someone better, or something
Well,
better.
a better
or
version
whatever.
of yourself, right?
Yeah, it's just more just trying to be at the best level that you can. No matter what, I've had it. I still have a journal entry back when I was 15, and I was I just want to be the best. 15. That's 10 years ago.
At that stage, you were a sprinter, weren't you?
Yeah, and I was a serial sprinter and I was a serial FIFA player. So yeah, I was I'm going to be the best at FIFA. Entered the tournament. You know what? And then
You're the
that
best
didn't
at
work out.
UFC as well.
Best of UFC. I was number 1 in the world at UFC for 10 minutes. So that was pretty cool. Until the leaderboards
Well, you were a
refreshed.
sprinter at that age, weren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. This guy.
Sprinter.
Bro talks we'll race right now. We'll put it into the extras in the body. I'll smack you.
Put some money on the
I
line.
haven't ran in body.
That's how we're gonna
weeks.
sign out. Just Brendan and Age running
I'll
down the
smack
street.
him. I'm wearing dunks and
You
I'll
actually
smack him.
would. You actually would.
Like,
You could do it one-legged and still beat me.
I'll do it on 3 legs. That's crazy. Okay. All right.
But to answer your question, success, I've come across this recently, and I think that success has nothing to do with. A lot of people associate success with how much money they have or where they are status-wise. I think that can work itself out, but success is truly being happy with yourself where you are in this current moment.
100%.
Success is enjoying where you are, who you are, and if you can improve that aspect more than anything else, money and everything will take care of itself. Where you are in life will take care of itself. You can be broke and be successful. You can be abnormally rich and be unsuccessful. That's what I truly believe, and that's what I've learned over the last year. Last year, I had more money than I knew what to do with, and I would say I was successful at that time, but I'd say I'm more successful now with way less money than I was last year.
Yeah.
And
You're
success,
happy with who you are rather than what you have.
exactly. And you can definitely want more out of life. You can want nice things, nice cars, nice houses, all these
Yeah,
things.
but those are goals, not really what you define
Yeah.
as success.
If you can be happy and successful without those things, then imagine with those things. Like
Yeah.
it can only get better,
I think you learn to be a lot more humble if you do end up in that situation as well.
for sure. For sure.
Because when you're happy with where you are right now, where you eventually will be, will just, you know how to deal with it, you know how to handle it.
You get to have actual gratitude.
Well,
for
yeah,
the things
none
that you
of
have
none of
achieved.
this was given. It was more.
At all.
It was worked
Worked for.
towards. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Big time. Now we're sitting here reminiscing and
then when we
talking
do
about-
the 4-way podcast version 2 in 3 years' time or whatever it is.
I reckon we do it in 6 months. We do every 3 months.
There you go.
No,
Then-
we're booked out for 6 months.
yeah.
Sorry, guys,
See,
we're
Vinny,
booked out
that's-
for 6 months.
See,
call the other
they're
guys
bigger
up.
than us these days. though. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Don't
I
worry
heard the
podcast.
Unevolved podcast is hosting next week.
The unevolved podcast. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You don't know those guys.
No, you don't know
those
them.
guys.
I really know.
No, no.
No.
Should we have them on?
They're
We'll speak-
people. They're people talk to
We'll
your
speak
people.
to your and we'll
Okay.
get paid.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll get
Me and Vinny will actually do a podcast ourselves.
Yeah.
Just email us at info@evolvedpodcast.com.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. No worries. I'll tell them that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We bought that domain. We've got that domain.
Did you get
It's
emails
yours?
on it?
I send emails to myself.
Yeah, I reckon the inbox is just all of Brendan. Brendan the Silver X
send
at
myself
Gmail.
quotes. I send myself quotes into that email box.
Quote of the day.
Oh, we got a question from someone.
Hey,
Reed.
Brendan, today's a new day. You could do it. And then he gets his own email. Oh, I can do it.
So
Testing out
whenever
the
I'm
email
feeling like I'm
marketing.
about to burn out, I just open up my mailbox. I
Ah.
see myself on.
See,
myself
Vinny,
on
that's
like
the
a
difference.
That's-
Maybe we should send each other an email.
That's success.
Yeah. Being able to email yourself success. That's success,
and
bro.
be happy with it.
Yeah.
Let me
I'm
ask,
Be
proud
alright
of that
with that.
email.
let me ask you that question. What is your definition of success?
So I feel like success to me is always striving to be better, like what Adrian said, striving to better myself. And I've always had this vision that bettering yourself or aiming towards something that is more or is higher than what you think. All it is, I know this is going to sound exactly like what I was asking you guys before about the whole imposter syndrome, but becoming that person that you envision yourself being before you are that person, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. So
Yeah.
envisioning yourself as the person that has the thing or is doing the thing before you even are doing the thing. You might feel like an imposter thinking that way, but without thinking that you are that thing, you won't become that thing or become that person or that version of yourself. So that to me is success, when you are
Accept.
comfortable accepting and feel like you actually are at that stage before you are at that stage.
I back that. I can understand
And
it.
that's when that's success is then defined by Dynamic Recov taking over Australia and then worldwide,
State by state.
And
country
then-
State by
country.
state first.
and then
Yeah.
getting
We're going to
getting,
get to Tassie first.
they're getting Cristiano Ronaldo on the podcast and
Speed.
yeah,
Mr.
I should
Beast
say-
spec.
yeah. Why not? He's got a potty as well. You might as well do a collab. Have you even emailed him? Like,
Nah,
are
this
you
guy
guys
says
even in the game?
He's on a rotation. He's got Mr. Beast on
Yeah,
rotation.
Yeah. Like, what's
I
the
do.
point? You
Cool.
guys are
Info
talking,
at evolvedpodcast.com.
you're talking about all this success with the podcast and you haven't even emailed him. What's like? What are you guys even
We're
doing?
waiting for
Those
them
are-
to email us.
Oh,
Because
you
I
know
feel
what,
like
fair.
I'm bigger than them already.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, he's actually heard of you guys. So yeah, fair.
How do you define success? I've never asked you that before.
You never have. Happiness.
He already said
already
it.
did it.
He
You
just
kind of
you
delayed
missed
it.
it. And
No.
See-
just like in life, he's out of tune.
Yeah.
Always out of tune. What do you say? Happiness?
I think overall happiness. I've never been. I've.
What does that mean though?
Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
define
Well,
that?
I'm good.
He's getting into it.
Yeah. There we go. Now the drawing.
Then you do it.
I think for myself, in my younger years, I was always down about everything and anything.
Like a negative.
That's what down and out means. Yes, I was negative. I was in a spiral where I couldn't believe myself to be happy. So becoming happy from that point has just been me focusing on my top 5 priorities. And that's why I always talk about my top 5 priorities. Being myself, my family, my friends, my health and fitness, and my faith. They've been focusing on something so little has made me realize what success actually is. And success at the end of the day is what you choose to do. It's a choice at the end of the day. If you decide to drink water instead of Coke, that's your choice. And that's what makes you happy, or vice versa. It's you've just got to back yourself with what you do at the end of the day.
Every decision.
Every decision that you make
Being
at the end of the
is a
day.
success.
Being able to say yes.
Yeah, like that's the true definition of success, is when you're able to back yourself up with every choice that you make.
So where to next for Adrian? And the
Another
fitness
segue.
empire.
Mate, these segues are professional.
They're better than before. I used to say, and next we're going to talk about this topic.
Yeah.
So we've evolved.
What was the question?
I was asking where to next.
To the fucking pub, mate. To be honest,
That's
I'm
what success
starving,
looks
bro.
like.
I'm
That is what
starving.
success looks like.
Nah, I don't know. Just go in the gym and just see what happens. I guess it's not really.
Take it day by day.
Yeah, just setting little goals, not too far, not too out of reach, and then just trying to hit them and be
See
present.
how it goes.
Be present, you know.
I like it.
But ask Vinny, because Vinny's got a lot on upcoming.
Does he?
Isn't that right? The fit degenerate.
You could say that. But
Plug it, man.
I'm not plugging it yet. But
Plug it. Put it here. Put it Instagram. Put a link in the
Make
Twitch
sure
profile.
we'll put it in the description, by the way.
Vinny has got 0 posts on the account. He's got 800 followers on it. Like, tell me that's not got hype.
600 or 550 or whatever. But
It's got hype.
it's just just a page I used to post on about my fitness journey, which not a lot of people know if they're in my circle, but not a lot of random people know. And yeah, I'm just gonna start sharing sort of what I do every day, what I enjoy, how I lose weight, how I looked like before, just motivate people to, I don't know, strive for better things, whether it be business, for me that's trading, personal development, mental, lifestyle, fitness, whatever it is. I'm just going to start posting again, sort of trying to motivate people. And the journey to success, you could say.
Vinny has become one of those guys at the gym with a tripod now. I've converted
Has
him.
he?
We have converted him. He's now there for 4 hours.
With a try.
Wednesday, I wasn't there, unfortunately, but I heard from multiple sources that he was there for 4 hours
That's
at the
correct.
gym.
What?
Yeah.
He was
Recording
there.
content, or is it actually training?
He just loves the gym because, like, who doesn't love the fitness empire?
Yeah, it's true.
586 Forest Road, Penshurst.
There
But
we
he
go.
was
I've been
there.
waiting for the whole
That's
podcast.
mental.
I've been
But
waiting for the whole
The
podcast. but
full address and all.
Well, you know, people know who we are, but I just want to let people know where we are, you know?
Trusty's wearing the blue headphone
Yeah, of course.
as well, matching
I
Empire
made
colour.
sure. I made sure.
I saw him jump on it as soon as we walked in. Oh, blue.
Yeah, 100%. Even though I just got told to sit in this corner and I can't
Why
move.
didn't you wear your Empire shirt? Should have worn it.
That's
It's
too
too
time.
thick,
That's
eh?
too shameless.
It's a bit.
You would have been sweating like a
I'm
mofo.
already sweating like a motherfucker,
Yeah.
so
It's hot.
yeah.
It's
I just
hot
want to
for
show
that.
off my shoulders a little bit as well.
He does have nice shoulders.
Yeah, so
You know what this calls for?
here we go.
The pub.
Yeah,
I want a Canadian club at the pub. I want 3 of them.
That was,
palmy
that was a good 4-way, guys, and I really want to bring you guys back in the future.
for my first ever 4-way, I have to say I'm leaving satisfied.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it with
I
anyone
have
else.
to agree.
Like
I
I
wouldn't
didn't
do it
know
with anyone
what
else.
I'd expect going into it,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed
like
it.
Yeah.
I thought 4-ways would be a bit more.
Fiction.
You know what? This is the perfect way to summarize. I
It actually takes the friction off.
Yeah.
like the 4-way. I
I feel like
left.
there was a lot of lube in this one.
Oh, okay.
I left
Definitely cutting
satisfied, but it was about the same level of sweat that I was expecting from a 4-way. So you know what?
Yes.
I
The 32 degrees would do that to you.
yeah. So you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Love
You're
you,
welcome.
boys.
Fucking oath.
Thank you, guys, for listening to this week's episode of the Evolve Podcast.
Brendan and I have loved having you throughout this whole podcast. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if friends are interested, share it around.
Yeah, make sure you share and tag us on your Instagram posts, and I'll see you soon.
See you guys. Little boogie to finish.